Hello, my name is Alex, and today on my YouTube channel, I'm gonna um just talk about some dreams that I've had. Cause first I just want to say, for some reason I dream a lot, and I remember my dreams a lot, and like there's been weeks where I dream like every day. So I've just written down some memorable ones. I have like seven, I think, right here, and I'm just gonna go through those because some of them are kind of interesting and some of them are kind of scary. And this is I'm trying to like revive this YouTube channel and like do more stuff on here. So I'm gonna like actually start making videos. I think because I got nothing else to do. And yeah, so anyway, let me just get started. So the first one I want to talk about is one I had this one I think 2 years ago, and it's just like the dream I remember the most. Like, if people ever ask me, like, like, what was the craziest dream you've had? I always tell this one because it's just really memorable for me for some reason. So, it was where me and my brother and a character from a video game, which I'm not gonna like go into because I don't want to expose like what I play. Which like it's nothing bad, like inherently bad, but like it's bad to me. It's embarrassing. So I'm not gonna say who it was, but I will say they have pink hair. And me and my brother and this lady, we were walking around the pond in our neighborhood, and like for some reason she had like a huge stick like in her shirt, like poking out the back. And like me and my brother, we just thought it was stupid. And then she like ran off or something, and we were like, "Oh, well, like where'd she go?" So we like just like walked around for a little bit, and we found she like went behind the trees next to the pond and like fell into like this little like just it's like just a little body of water, I guess, but it was like really steep and like really muddy. And she was in there, and this huge stick coming out of her shirt was like really helpful because it helped us pull her out. And we were like trying so hard, and we were pulling her out, and it took like forever. And she was like really heavy because she's like a huge character in this game. And like we pulled her out, and she wasn't even thankful or anything. We just kept walking, and then we gave her canned lemonade. And after all that, like trying to save her, she literally drowned in the canned lemonade, which was like made me really angry. Which yeah, that's like one of the weirdest dreams I've had, and I just remember that one. And then the next one, okay, this one I had like it was this year. It was where I was like for some reason we have this like little bench in our house, and when I was younger, it used to be like the timeout bench because like if I was bad out together. And so like for some reason I was told to go there, which never happens anymore because I'm actually a good boy nowadays. But anyway, I went there, and like my stepdad like left the TV on or something, and he was on Bing. Like the TV was on Bing, which if you know what Bing is, it's pretty much just like Google, like just like really like I don't know. It's just Google pretty much. So like he had it on Bing, and it was on a video on Bing. So I was like, what the heck? So I unpaused it, and the video was called Blood 88. And like whenever I told this dream to people, whenever I first had it, I watered it down because I didn't want to seem like a psychopath for dreaming about this. But in the video, it was a video of a guy in a bunny costume getting like chopped into pieces. It was disgusting, and it was like I was like so grossed out by it, and I was like so scared because I was like really scared. Like why did I dream about that? And I remember like covering my eyes, but I could like still see it. Which that one was pretty scary, like actually scary to me. And my next one, okay, this one's also another like horror dream that I had, but I was at my dad's house, and I was like, I went into the closet. I have like a closet in my room that's like just like a it's just a closet. So I went in there, and there was like if you know the president, which you probably do, JFK. He has a shirt like there's like a famous shirt that he was wearing when he got shot, and it's like covered in blood. And for some reason, that was in my closet, just hanging up. So I picked it up and I put it on for some stupid reason. And like the shirt, like the blood started expanding. Like it started like the shirt was bleeding more blood. And I was really scared. So I tried to take it off, but it like went over my head. Because I was like taking it off like this, and it like went over my head. And then it got stuck, and it was like suffocating me. And there was just more blood and more blood. And then there's so much blood, the blood turned like black, which like large pools of blood turned black. And that was like really terrifying. And yeah, that one was like that's like the scariest dream I've had. I think that was scarier than the Blood 88 one. And then This one I actually had last night. It was where I was with my brother and my best friend, and we were watching Sinners, which it's probably because I've watched that movie with my brother like twice, and he's watched it like 5 times. But we were watching Sinners, and it was like for some reason my brother kept on telling me to scoot over and like scooch over, and I was like okay, even though I was like across the room. It was like go, like you're like touching me, go. So I was like okay, and I went across the room because I already was, and I was like kind of like confused because he was like I was like not even close to him, and then like the room was red for some reason, which is kind of matches Sinners if you've ever seen it. And then we like left it like we didn't finish it and we left, and there was like the mall, like our local mall, but it was like kind of like school. It was like mixed with my school, and like my best friend, like I was just like sitting with him, and then I realized like I left my phone. Like I left my phone in the mall because we were like kind of outside at the school part. So I ran back into the mall, and there was this lady sitting at where we were sitting, and she had my phone and her phone, but they were like identical. Like they looked exactly the same, like same case, same like size, same everything. And like I turned both of them on, and they had the same background, but for some reason it wasn't my phone background. It was little like it was space. It was outer space. So I was like, what the heck? And I just took one of them and left. And then also there was something else in that dream which I'm not going to talk about because it's sad. And then there was one that I had a couple years ago, which actually I think this was only like around a year ago, a year and a half ago. It was where I don't really remember this one that well, but I was like laying in my bed, like my bed, like where I actually was sleeping, and my phone was like laying next to me, and I kept on getting notifications from CapCut, and I like looked at it, and for some reason I like put the pieces together that, excuse me, that the like messages, excuse me, were coming from my closet, and it was my stepmom in the closet sending it to me. And like I was terrified. I was terrified. Even though I'm not scared of my stepmom, I was like terrified of that for some reason. That one was kind of scary. And then here, what's next? And then there was another one where this guy. I'm not gonna say what his name is, because like I'm low key fake. Like only to this kid, because some people are just kind of annoying. Not to be rude or anything, not to be mean. But I had a dream one time where me and this kid, we were at a zoo together, like in the zoo that like I would go to because like it's close to me or whatever. And like he would like letting me out of the zoo, like into like this like shed thing. And there was this guy with this huge those like saws that kind of look like this, like kind of like a little F, and then it has like the little saw part. There was a guy with that standing there, and I was like, dude, what the heck? And I almost said his name. I almost name dropped. And this kid was like, "Oh my gosh, there's a serial killer in here." And I was like so scared. And I was like, "Dude, what do we do?" And then I turned around, and my dad was in a semi truck, like parked outside of um the shed. So I got in, and as we were driving away, I heard this kid screaming because he was getting murdered because he led me out there, and my dad saved me. Okay. That one's pretty bad. And then this one I had kind of a while ago. It was where I was like driving a Minecraft helicopter. It was like a helicopter, but it was Minecraft for some reason. And I was like driving through this like city, and it was like nighttime, and like I drove near the ground, and like there were like police telling me like, you better not like crash into buildings or anything. And I was like, okay, but I continued like flying, and there was this like huge building that was like this, no, just like a building, and it had a bunch of yellow windows, like really big windows, and I just like took the Minecraft helicopter and I like smashed into the building, and I was like smashing through it like over and over again, and yeah. That one was, and then I feel like something else happened after that, but I don't really remember. And then yeah, so yeah, and then there's some nights that I have just small dreams that are like, I like forget to text someone something like happy birthday or something, or like I like do something small or something, like that's not really worth talking about. But yeah, if you watch this whole 9 minute video of nothing burger, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy, and catch you next time.